everyone, Mike with MJ Skill Modeling here. We are going to be finishing up our M16 motor gun carrier today. I'm going to be doing a pin wash and just a normal wash, putting the tracks on, little detail work, and get that gun put on the back. So we're going to get that done today. Stay tuned because we do have the Type 97 coming up here, that one that I had started a long time ago. Me finishing that baby up, making it look all good and stuff like that. So stay tuned for all that. And we're going to be having a lot more coming up because I'm back in the game. So stay tuned and let's build some models. Let's do it. So I'm just going over the model right now to seal in the work I've already done with matte finish here. And I actually stopped using my Tamiya matte finish that I was always using. Every time I'd use it, my model would come out kind of hazy and foggy looking. So I brought it up at one of my club meetings and they said they thought I might be holding my airbrush a little too far away from the vehicle. But another member told me about a new type of finish that's by AK Interactive. It's called the Ultra Matte Varnish. The part number is AK11252. And that stuff works great. You just shake it up, put direct into the airbrush. You don't have to thin it or anything, and you don't get that fog that you normally get, or at least I normally got, with the Tamiya flat clear. It works so good. I've actually been going over some of my other models that I've already built that have a little bit of a haze to them, and they're shaping up really good. So I highly recommend it. I'll throw a link to it in Amazon in the description at the end of the video. So I don't have any footage of me putting my clear coat on, which I use Pledge Revive It floor glass, the original Pledge Revive It floor glass. You get it anywhere that they sell, household items for cleaning at like Walmart, Target, any place like that. I don't know what I was thinking, but I put my model wash onto this vehicle before I actually clear coated it. I never really do that. I must have had some thought in my mind why I did that. Maybe I was trying to get a base color already because it was so green that it'd be hard to see just one coat. But I did it, so here I am just putting the decals on. And for my decals, I use Mr. Mark Setter. I recently started using something else that seems to work really, really good. But I'm going to cover that in future videos here coming up. But this is what I'm using for this, is the Mark Setter. So here I'm getting the decal set. I don't know if anyone else has this problem, but when you look at the directions, it tells you the decal, you get the right decal, you cut it out, you soak it, you go to put it on, and it's too big. The corners, like right here on the back of this vehicle, the corners of the star sticking over the edge of where this star is supposed to go. And it's like you end up going through your pile of other decals trying to see if you can find something that might, be able to replace it, and you don't have it. And you just got to deal with it. But I don't know if anyone else has that problem. Sound off in the comments if you do. It's really annoying, and from a company like Tamiya, you would think that wouldn't happen. So this part was very interesting. I went with the open louvers on the front of the vehicle for air cooling, and the star that went on the front had dotted lines through it for cutting it for each section of the open louvers. And the first part I cut off was the top, and it did not fit. It was too long. So I had to take it off, cut it again, and I had to kind of custom fit every part of the star to make sure it fit properly on the louver, otherwise it'd be hanging over. So again, that was another decal fit issue that I ran into with the vehicle, where I followed the instructions from Tamiya and they just weren't doing it. Here I'm just doing another coat of my Vallejo model wash, the Oiled Earth, and the part number for that is 76.521. After another coat of Pledge Revive It, I start my pin wash, and I use Tamiya panel liner for that. I'm using black on here because it's green, and I'm just kind of letting it flow into all the nooks and crannies and everything like that. And I don't know if anybody has a better method than this. This Tamiya panel liner stuff works. It gets a fine out of 10. I don't know. It seems like if you make a mistake, it's a little harder to correct it, and it's just I don't know. I'm not the hugest fan. I don't know if anybody has a better method. Please, for the love of God, shout out in the comments. Looking back while I edit this, one thing I should have done is I should have scribed the star on the hood into the panel lines. It went in for the most part in most of the panel lines on the hood there, but not all of them. And my new decal setting solution I've been using that is tried and true and sworn by with everyone, I think is going to alleviate that problem. Here I am just painting up my dashboard here on this M16. And here's that AK Interactive Ultra Matte Varnish I spoke about earlier in the video. Cleaning up and installing the rubber tires on my M16 here, and also getting the tracks ready to be installed and put on. So usually for my headlights, I use a combination of X11 chrome silver and XF2 flat white to make a headlight color type look to it. If anybody has a different method, I'd love to hear about it, but this is kind of what I do. This is my least favorite part of any model build, is the windshield. I'm not even going to get into the dog's breakfast of what I do. If anybody has any methods that are good, drop them in the comments because I need them. So a lot of people believe that putting like muddy terrain and stuff like that on your vehicle is the cheater's way of covering up errors that you did or not having to do work and stuff like that. Well, I tell you, from serving in the U.S. Army, every vehicle I ever saw out in the field was caked and coated in mud. You're out there for days and days on end. You don't have a hose. As you can see right here, I broke off the front wheel assembly, had to get that put back on. But every vehicle is covered in mud, dirt, sand, dust. And it gives it a level of realism that I think is important when you're trying to capture the I guess the history of this vehicle. Another thing that I do, you may notice on some of my tanks, is I have bent and damaged fenders and stuff like that on vehicles because, I mean, if you take a tank and ram it through a wall, you don't think that little tin fender on the front's going to get bent? Well, yeah, of course it's going to get bent. And I think it, again, adds a level of realism to it, you know? You're not going to have a tank that's showroom ready out in the field, and if you want to capture the essence of what the combat was like, you need to think of those things. Do I do it perfectly? Absolutely not. Could I do better? Absolutely. And that's what I try to learn every day from people. Here I decided to place it on a little cobblestone vignette with some 1/35 bricks and laid all around. I just kind of haphazardly threw them around, and then when I got them where I thought they would look good, I just one by one took them and added glue and put them right back where they were, and just picked it up, glued it, picked it up, glued it, and set it back down. And the ones that were stacked on top of each other, I would take them off, do the one first, put the other one back on, and gives it a kind of cool little, you know, damaged, war-torn street look, I think. And to darken up these bricks, I used my tried and true Vallejo Model Wash Oiled Earth. They looked a little bit too new laying in the street, so this darkened them up a little bit. Well, there you have it, my M16 Quad 50 that I did. I think it turned out pretty good. I mean, my OD paint on vehicles has gotten so much better compared to what it was when I first started, and I really appreciate you guys sticking with me through this. And gonna start trying to post a lot more, and as always, leave a comment or drop a like, and leave me any type of feedback you think that can help me with my skill modeling. And thanks again, everyone, and I'll see you in the next one.